Labour's Treasury Minister Emma Reynolds found herself in a tense confrontation on Good Morning Britain as she faced tough questioning from hosts Susanna Reid and Richard Madeley regarding the government's response to grooming gang scandals. Appearing via video link from Westminster, Reynolds attempted to discuss the government's upcoming inquiry, but her lack of direct answers led to a visibly uncomfortable exchange. The pressure mounted when Reid and Madeley raised a shocking case. A woman who was groomed as a child, later became part of a gang herself, and was convicted, while her alleged rapists remained free. The hosts asked if this case and others like it would fall under the scope of the new inquiry. Reynolds responded cautiously, "We want to ensure that all perpetrators responsible for grooming young girls across the country are brought to justice. I'm truly sorry to hear about this horrific case, and sadly, it's one of many." But when asked directly whether the woman's conviction should be overturned, she deflected, saying, "I can't comment on that specific case. You'll forgive me. It's a legal matter and I don't have all the details." Susanna Reid pressed her further. Will the inquiry include cases where victims of abuse were criminalized themselves? Again, Reynolds avoided a definitive answer, instead noting that the Home Secretary would soon set out full details of the inquiry and the government's response to Baroness Louise Casey's review. Trying to reassure viewers, she said, "We're already implementing many of the recommendations and moving ahead with a new inquiry focused on better coordination of local investigations and evidence gathering." Attempting to pivot, Reynolds criticized the previous Conservative government's record. "We've done more in the short time we've been in power than the Conservatives did since the J report." But Reid quickly interjected, stating, "Let's not make this a political row." Reynolds conceded, agreeing that the victims must be at the center of any discussion. Despite her attempts to redirect the conversation, the interview highlighted the political and emotional complexity surrounding the grooming gang scandal, and left many viewers frustrated by the lack of clear answers.